How much do we actually know about an animal that lives in the open ocean, rarely comes close to shore, and spends most of its life doing things we cannot easily observe? The answer is not as much as you would hope. But what we do know is extraordinary. For centuries, the sunfish existed only as rumor. European sailors called it the schwimmender Kopf, the swimming head. Portuguese fishermen called it peixe lua, the moonfish. When Carolus Linnaeus formally classified it in the 18th century, he named it mola, from the Latin for millstone, because its rough skin reminded him of one. For nearly 2 centuries after that, scientists debated whether the various reported sightings were even the same species. Modern genetic analysis has now confirmed 4 species in the Mola genus, with a possible 5th under investigation. The most recent, Mola tecta, the hoodwinker sunfish, was only formally described in 2017, after decades of being misidentified in museum collections. There are currently fewer than 200 published scientific papers on sunfish behavior. For context, there are over 10,000 on the great white shark. To understand how the sunfish got this way, you have to go back roughly 50 million years. The order Tetraodontiformes, which includes pufferfish, triggerfish, and filefish, was already doing unusual things with bodies. Truncating skeletons, fusing teeth into beaks, discarding the conventional fish body plan piece by piece. The sunfish is not an aberration within this group. It is the logical conclusion. Somewhere between 40 and 35 million years ago, its ancestor made a specific gamble. Extreme gigantism paired with an extreme jellyfish-based diet. It is a bet the sunfish is still winning, 50 million years later. Here is the irony that matters. The sunfish is not primitive. It is not a rough draft. It is more evolutionarily derived, more specialized, more changed from its ancestor than a salmon or a tuna. Its strangeness is the product of 50 million years of refinement. It is not unfinished. It is finished differently. Mola mola is found in every ocean between 45 degrees north and 45 degrees south. Its primary habitat is the mesopelagic zone, the twilight layer, 200 to 1,000 meters down, where sunlight fades and pressure reaches crushing levels. It dives there regularly to hunt soft-bodied prey, jellyfish, salps, and siphonophores. Then it must surface. The cold at depth chills its enormous body, and it cannot maintain activity without warming up. This is not laziness. This is thermoregulation. Its primary prey, moon jellyfish, Aurelia aurita, are 95% water and carry almost no caloric value. To fuel a body that can exceed 2,000 kilograms, a sunfish may need to eat hundreds of them per day. It also eats Portuguese man-o'-war, colonial siphonophores, whose tentacles can extend 30 meters and carry enough venom to hospitalize a human. The sunfish apparently eats them without serious harm. High volume, low return, extraordinary tolerance. This is the economics of its existence. Juvenile sunfish face blue sharks, mako sharks, sea lions, and orca. At birth, a sunfish larva weighs less than a grain of rice. By adulthood, it may weigh 2,300 kilograms, a proportional increase in body mass of roughly 60 million times. That is the largest growth factor of any vertebrate animal on Earth. In December 2021, a female Mola alexandrini washed ashore at the Sado estuary in Portugal. She was 3.5 meters long and weighed 2,744 kilograms, the heaviest bony fish ever reliably recorded. Her skin was intact, dotted with the circular scars of removed parasites. Her clavus, the structure at her posterior end, was undamaged. She had likely died of vessel strike in a busy shipping lane. She had been enormous and old, and until the moment of impact, perfectly suited to her world. The most persistent myth about the sunfish is that it is a passive drifter, carried by currents, incapable of directed movement, an evolutionary dead end. A 2017 blog post claiming the sunfish is the world's most worthless fish, accumulated millions of shares, and is still cited as fact. It claimed sunfish have no immune systems and exist only to be parasitized. Every one of those claims is false. Researchers, including Dr. Tierney Thies, have published direct rebuttals. The misinformation persists because it is funny, and the truth is more complicated. The truth is this: sunfish tracked by satellite cover up to 26 kilometers per day. They dive to 600 meters and return to the surface regularly. They actively avoid predators. They are not failing at being fish. They are succeeding at being something else entirely. The clavus, the rounded scalloped structure at the fish's posterior, is not a degenerated tail. It is something the vertebrate world has never produced elsewhere. Developmentally, it forms from the folding and fusion of the dorsal and anal fins. It has no vertebral support. Computed tomography scans show it is reinforced with a cartilaginous lattice that provides rigidity while remaining flexible. By replacing an energetically expensive tail with this compact, passive rudder, the sunfish redirects all muscular effort into its enormous dorsal and anal fins. It swims by, flapping, not undulating. At low speed, over vast distances, on near-zero-calorie food, this is not a bad design. It is a very specific one. Developmental genetics work published between 2016 and 2022 shows that the truncation of the posterior body is caused by early repression of the Hox gene clusters that normally pattern the tail region. The sunfish does not have a degenerated tail. It was never built in the first place. The genome simply instructs skip it. That instruction is heritable, stable, and 50 million years old. It is not a mistake. It is a program. The skin is up to 15 centimeters thick, closer to leather than conventional fish scale, and it hosts an entire ecosystem. Up to 40 parasite species have been recorded on a single individual. The basking behavior functions partly as parasite management. By surfacing near seabirds and reef fish, the sunfish recruits external cleaners. Two animals separated by hundreds of millions of years of evolution briefly cooperate at the surface of the ocean. Mola mola has no species-specific fisheries protection under international law. The IUCN classifies it as vulnerable, one step below endangered, but it lacks the charisma that produces binding protection. In 2019, an estimated 71,000 sunfish were taken as bycatch across Mediterranean fisheries alone, based on observer data from Spain, Italy, and Portugal. The actual figure is believed to be higher. Studies from the early 2000s estimated that sunfish constituted up to 29% of bycatch by weight in some Mediterranean swordfish fisheries. They are not targeted, they are simply caught, and their lives have been considered sufficiently unimportant that no one has been required to count them. In 2018, a tagged sunfish known to researchers as F17, a female tracked since 2015, one of the longest continuous datasets for the species, went silent. Her last signal came from inside a documented drift net fishing corridor in the Tyrrhenian Sea. 3 years of movement data, gone. At least 2 papers that would have been written from that data, irretrievable. Each sunfish carries irreplaceable information. Its otoliths record water temperatures experienced over a lifetime. Its stomach contents map where it has been and what it found there. Its parasite community is a biological fingerprint of the ocean it moved through. A large sunfish sinking in deep water carries decades of accumulated carbon to the sea floor, a contribution to ocean carbon sequestration that has never been quantified, because the animals keep disappearing before the research can be done. We do not know how many sunfish there are. We have never successfully counted them. The ocean is not withholding the answer. We simply have not looked hard enough, or long enough, or with the seriousness the animal deserves. Evolution has no image of the finished product in mind. It has only pressure, time, and the question, does this work? The sunfish answers yes. Slowly, absurdly, enormously, parasitized and sun-warmed and jellyfish full. Yes. Somewhere in the Pacific right now, a sunfish is at the surface, lying on its side. A seabird has landed on its flank and is removing a parasite from a crease in its skin. The sunfish does not move. The bird does its work. The sun is warm. The ocean is immense. 2 animals separated by 300 million years of evolutionary history, briefly and wordlessly cooperating. We live on a planet where a car-sized fish evolved to eat jellyfish by the hundreds, carry 40 species of parasite, warm itself at the surface like a reptile, and dive to darkness 600 meters down. And we nearly missed all of it because someone on the internet called it useless. What else have we dismissed? What else is out there doing something extraordinary in waters we have not yet looked at carefully enough, in a body we would not recognize as successful even if it rose to the surface and lay right in front of us? The sunfish has been asking that question, silently, for 50 million years. We have only just started listening. Every sunfish that disappears into a by-catch discard bin is a story that will never be fully told. The ocean keeps no record. That is our job.